What's going on, champs? Coach Ron Talk Show. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the one and only Sweet Feet, ladies and gentlemen. So what's going on, champ?
Good. How are you?
Good. All right, man. So, of course, everybody knows, you're my daughter.
Yes.
I have trained you since a little baby. But technically, you didn't start till...
I was 12.
11. You was 11. Oh, believe me, I know.
Okay.
You was 11. But, okay, so you was 11, man. So, when you started boxing, in the beginning, was it boring for you?
No, it actually wasn't. I think it's because in the beginning I wasn't really focused on like fighting. I actually didn't want to fight.
Right, I remember.
I didn't even want to spar. Even like technical drills, I was like I didn't want to do it. But the older I got,
No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
the older I got, the more like into it I got, and the more like I wanted to fight and I wanted to spar. So in the beginning stages, it wasn't boring. It was just more like I wanted to learn something new, so it was interesting to me.
So every time you learn something, that's why it probably wasn't boring, because you wanted to learn, and every time you learn something new,
Yeah.
it was like the expression what I said before in the other episode where I said about the mountain. You know, when you reach that top of the mountain, you're like in the bottom of the next mountain.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. It was definitely a long learning experience, so it made it fun.
of course. And how long you lasted pretty much competing? I mean, I'm pretty sure you're still competing, but how long did you last in the
Competing,
Yeah.
like fighting.
fighting?
I don't know, like a good maybe 2 years that I was actively fighting.
Actively, right?
Yeah, and then
I think it was 3.
oh, was it 3?
I think it was 3.
I think he knows more than me. I don't know. I just show up and I fight. But yeah, then maybe it was 3.
Yeah. Okay, awesome, man. So now, of course, you went to the Junior Olympics,
Mhm.
and you made it 3rd place in the Junior Olympics. So you was a bronze medalist. How tell us about that? How you feel about that?
Well, thank God there wasn't a lot of girls in my bracket. Because
Okay.
if there was, I wouldn't have gotten a medal. But it was exciting. It was definitely a new experience. Definitely traveling was different for me because we've only stayed in our area. So it was
Locally.
fun. Yeah, it was fun. We got to go to Florida. Was it Florida or was it
That one
Louisiana?
was I believe Louisiana.
Louisiana.
No, yeah, it was. I'm sorry. Yeah, God, I've been to so many. Matter of fact.
Are you sure? I think it was Florida.
Uh,
Oh no, Florida was
No, Florida was the Golden Gloves.
Yes.
Golden
yes.
Gloves. Matter
Okay.
of fact, I got it right here. Look,
Yeah.
Brianna Romero. I got it right here. It just doesn't say. But I think this one was in
Louisiana. Oh no,
Lubbock.
Lubbock.
Yes.
Yes.
Louisiana. Yeah.
Oh,
What was the
okay,
experience?
yeah.
What was the experience
So,
over there competing?
Since it was like we went out locally, it was very it was scary. I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous. But you know what? As soon as you get hit, it goes away. But getting the bronze medal was like, I don't know. It was a good experience. It felt good, even though I got there just because I went, like I participated. But a lot of people can't say that they got a medal, so I'm very grateful.
Right. Now, and the way they did it too.
Oh yeah,
They brought
it
you
was-
to the podium.
yeah, it was super amazing. They put us in a podium, and I got to take my pictures, and I think I was on their website,
Correct.
for that year. But yeah, it was really nice. It was really professional. I felt special. I felt I felt like Tom Dog or something.
Of course.
But yeah, it was nice.
It was a good fight too, though. It was a good fight.
Yeah,
The
it was
one
a good
that
fight.
it was a close fight,
The one
man. It
that I
really
lost,
was. Yeah, correct. It
For
was
my
a
first nationals, it was pretty good fight.
very, very good fight. Actually, very good fight. Awesome. Now that was that. Then you was the one the one that you were talking before about Florida.
Florida, okay,
Florida
that
was a
one-
great experience as well.
That was a good experience because my first fight that I fought in that tournament, I got a AKO.
You got a stoppage.
Stoppage, yeah.
RCS.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, RSC.
Okay.
RSC,
I
what
don't
they
know
call
the
it.
terminology.
Yeah.
but
RSC is
Yeah,
what
I
they
got
call
a
it.
stoppage and it felt really good.
I believe it was the first round.
Yeah, it was the first
Right?
round. I think it was 40 seconds. in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely different levels. Like
Oh yeah,
shoot, you
definitely.
know, it was a great fight. I mean,
It was
respect
yeah,
to every
all
fighter that
respects
steps in.
to all the people that I fought, but um, yeah, it was just different levels, and I'm not gonna say it's the fighter's fault. It may be the coach's fault for going to the national level
That soon
that soon.
and not being so prepared.
Marinated. She was
That's a very good point because we realize that. I mean, we realize that we see that we
a
see a
lot.
lot of fighters that get enrolled in these tournaments, or just fight itself, you know, and they're not prepared. They're not ready.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I mean, who knows, right? Sometimes the coach, it may not be the coach's fault. They may think that they are ready, and you know they either freeze up or whatever it is. But I mean, you've been in this game some time, and you've been under the wing of myself, so you kind of know when a fight is ready and when it's
Yeah.
not.
I would get it. Like, let's say a fighter, you could see a fighter is marinated, and then you throw them in, and then they get frozen up. I get that. But if you could see a fighter is not up to par to fight, then I don't think you should throw them into the water and think that they're gonna come out swimming. You know.
Right.
So, in that part, in that sense, I think it's the coach's fault. Like, I think the coach should know, um, that your fighter needs to be marinated because they're gonna get hurt or they're gonna get discouraged. So,
Of course,
yeah.
No, I agree. I agree definitely, man. Yeah, it took you because how long did you get marinated for before you fought?
So originally I was gonna fight a year in, but then I got injured, and then it made it like a year and a half. So it was a year and a half that I was training. So
I believe it was two.
Oh, so it was
Close to 2 years. Close to 2 years that you got.
So yeah, that's a lot of time.
Very.
Get ready for
And
the
it was
fight.
that. It was because you had
No.
twisted your ankle,
I
bruised
fractured
it.
my
You
ankle.
fractured your ankle, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. That took me out for a while.
it did. You were a year in, and perhaps maybe you were not ready by then. I thought you were. You were sparring, you know, national girls by then. You know, you was open girls.
I do think everything happens for a reason. So I got injured for maybe. I mean, talking for myself, I think I would have froze up, even with a year in. So imagine like people who had 3 months, 6 months when they fight, like
Right.
and they go and win. Those type of people are different because I was so nervous, and I knew everything. Like I knew what to do. I knew how to move. I knew how to. I mean, I didn't know how to be much in the inside, but I knew how to maneuver the ring and go around the ring and box. But,
Right.
as far as being a boxer puncher, where I would let my hands go, I don't think I would have in the first year.
Right. It takes time, and you said you're right. There's few ones that
That's
you know,
always
yeah,
6 months,
months,
they
and
knock
man,
out the guy.
they're ready,
Yeah.
man. I mean, they perform very well. They do great
Yeah.
performances, and then there's others. I remember because, and that's why you got. I would say one of the reasons you got called Sweet Feet, and where that name came upon is because you had great footwork.
Yeah.
You know, and with the in and out movement, you know, range staying on the outside, which is pretty much the style, the Olympic style, you know, amateurs, and that's what we are. I mean, that's what you guys were, amateurs. So
Yeah.
I mean, same here. I never went pro, so you know what I mean. That Olympic style is that in and out, quick feet, precision, timing.
Yeah.
You know,
A lot goes into it. A lot goes into the training to fight. Like people just think is throwing and maybe dodging a few punches, but it's a lot more IQ and
yeah, that absolutely. It's not all physically. You know what I mean? Yeah, you have to learn all that, but it's also mentally.
Mental, yeah.
And I think that's the hardest part.
Mhm.
I mean, they do say it's 80% mental, 20%. I'm sorry. Yeah, 80% mental, 20% physical.
Yeah, I could say that because in my experience, I was physically ready, but I think if I didn't get injured, I wouldn't have been mentally
Ready.
Yeah, I think I would have froze or I would have get discouraged if I don't know if I saw someone better than me.
Right. Which it could happen.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, one of my fights, I thought I was gonna fight like a national 7-time champion, and I psyched myself out. So that when I performed, it was really bad. Like I was really rushed, and I felt like I needed to prove myself. which you don't. Like when you're in the ring, you don't need to prove yourself. You just need
Right.
to stick to
Yeah,
it.
because now that you speak about that, I personally think that was like your worst performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but you, like you said, you beat yourself before you went in the ring.
Yeah.
And you know, I told you my story. Same thing to me.
Mhm.
You know, when I fought that little Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? I thought that he was a little Mike Tyson. I mean, he looked so brolic. I used to ask I would tell my coach, like, is he the same weight class as me? But you see, I was already psyched out, and he knew it. He already knew it. When I asked him that, he already knew that I was already beat mentally before
Yeah.
I stepped in the ring.
I think that's the hardest part of boxing. Like the brain can eat you up.
Man, that's why they say the mind is so powerful.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is, because you'll lose before you step in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just need to stay calm and have. I think the biggest thing is having confidence in your training. Because if you don't have confidence, then you didn't train hard enough.
Correct. And yes or no. You're right. I mean, no, it's true. No, you could, but still, be another mind, man. It just, you get so nervous. I mean, you've seen it, man. You've seen where people was like so nervous, shaking. You know what I mean? Like they get to the point that it gets really bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's because the mind takes over. That's why you have to stay composed. At least try to learn. Take deep breaths. Lower your heart rate. And it's not. It's always easier said than done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember, but for my first fight, it wasn't really much of a mental thing, surprisingly. But I think my second fight, it was more like a mental thing. Like I don't know why, but I was more nervous for my second fight than my first,
which is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think because of my first, everything happened so fast. Like it was like, I don't know, in my head it happened so fast.
Of
like,
course.
I didn't realize what I was doing until I got into the ring, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm here.
I'm here. That's
But
it.
my second fight, I think I was more like, collected, and I was more like knowing what I was doing. Like when we got the headgear and we were checking my headgear,
Of course.
I was like, okay, I'm about to fight. So then when I got up into the ring, the picture right there. I don't know if you can see.
Right.
But,
That is exciting. That is your second fight.
When I got into the ring, I was like, okay, I'm gonna fight. But my first fight, until I got into the ring, I was like, oh, I'm fighting. So I think that's what happened.
Of course.
And I remember, if I look back on my first fight, you could tell I was so eager to fight, because as soon as it came out, I started punching.
Right, you was rushing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's what happens. I told you that same
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? After so many, my coach was telling me, okay, we're gonna do this. That went all out the window. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, for my first fight, we tried something like a few hours before my fight, and I did it.
Correct.
So,
No, a lot of things, man. And you know where you did that one too? In Florida. Remember? Yeah, you did that in Florida too. Remember how we worked on you while they moving? You cut the ring and you come with the body shot.
Yes. Okay,
yes, of course. And you did it right then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, but that was hard because I think the girl was southpaw, no?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was hard.
Absolutely, man. But absolutely, man. That's dope. Well, you know, I appreciate your time coming through, giving us your time. And well, all right, champs. Until next time. Peace.